With as much as Kingdom Hearts 3 did great with, it did lack in quite a few things. Some things that some fans consider staples or key points in the Kingdom Hearts series. One mild thing that Kingdom Hearts 3 lacked was its inclusion of Final Fantasy characters or other Square Enix properties in general, which threw lots of people off considering it's been a staple of the series for years. Like back in the days of Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, it was advertised as a Disney and Final Fantasy crossover. Today, I'm here to discuss that topic, talking about why it happened, when the decision was made, and overall how we feel and how maybe you should feel about it. I'm also going to be joined by a big Final Fantasy fan himself and my good friend Avataryaya, so go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's good? What's poppin', everybody? It's Avataryaya. I pretty much do everything, but I really love Square Enix products. Like, I'm kind of a deep shell for them.
Alright, so let's get this show on the road. You guys already know who I am, hopefully, if you're subscribed. If you aren't subscribed, by the way, you should probably do that. Speaking of subscribing, you should also join the Discord server. Ever since I've been advertising the Discord, we've went from 211 members to 368, which is a pretty big jump considering I've only been advertising it on videos for about a week. If you want to join the Discord, the link below in the description. The reason I would love for you guys to join is because this gives you the chance to go to one place to interact with plenty of creators you like and Kingdom Hearts fans, including myself. It only takes like 2 minutes to create an account if you don't have one, like no time at all. So make sure to read the rules when joining, and I hope to see you there. We talk a lot in the Discord, and I would appreciate it so much if you would take a second to go down to that link in the description and join.
I personally feel like the inclusion of the Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts 2, it was a really nice inclusion. However, at the same time, it felt like they're there just because of the IP, the property, the name of Final Fantasy, and what was already traditionally met and had this quota with Kingdom Hearts 1 with Final Fantasy characters. And I feel like they expounded on it, in my personal opinion, a little bit with, you know, more so putting Cloud and Sephiroth having a bigger presence in 2 than they did really in the first one. Well, that's debatable with Cloud, but legit, I do feel like the Final Fantasy characters have been like something that really pulled a lot of fans to this game growing up, because a lot of these Final Fantasy characters legitimately, like, I know Final Fantasy 7 was one of a lot of the generation of Kingdom Hearts fans, or at least gamers in general. Their first RPGs may have been Final Fantasy 7. And I feel like that's really important, but at the same time, I feel like Kingdom Hearts has gotten to a whole different route where they don't really need them anymore. When Kingdom Hearts 3, you know, came out and it settled out for about like a week or two, even a month in, a lot of fans were saying, you know, I was disappointed with the game. And surprisingly, it wasn't the gameplay. From my perspective, from my experiences with my real life friends, it wasn't the gameplay or, you know, the length of the game. It was the fact that there was no Final Fantasy characters in it. And the big issue with that is when Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, you know, people played those so many times, they had those experience and they used Final Fantasy to also attach it to Kingdom Hearts in a way. I kind of see that as like, you know, it's really affecting, you know, the what overall view of Kingdom Hearts 3, because legitimately I feel like a lot of people that missed the Final Fantasy characters, the references, or even little signs of Final Fantasy that were in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and not being there in Kingdom Hearts 3, I feel like they were probably expecting the Final Fantasy characters to have a bigger role to the overall ending of KH. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of fans really are itching for 7. 7 was really the most popular thing in Kingdom Hearts, period. Let's be real. Like, you see 7 everywhere. You had freaking Zack and Birth by Sleep. You had Cloud and Sephiroth up and down the game. The only real complete different character was Squall Lionheart, and he's from Final Fantasy 8. So legitimately, I feel like the lack of Final Fantasy characters kind of, you know, brought this shift into how people felt about the game, but at the same time completely just melded into something, I don't know, unique in its own way. And I feel like Kingdom Hearts at this point, me personally, I don't think we need Kingdom Hearts characters and Final Fantasy characters, I'm sorry, in Kingdom Hearts anymore, because Kingdom Hearts has established itself as its own franchise. It's completely different from, over a decade plus ago. I feel like the Final Fantasy characters were there to just help pull in a new audience, to help hype up Kingdom Hearts back then, as compared to now, where Kingdom Hearts, everybody knows what that game series is if you play video games nowadays, at least majority.
Continuing off of what Yaya said, I understand why a lot of people were disappointed by Final Fantasy characters not being in Kingdom Hearts, because there's a lot of fans who bought Kingdom Hearts 3, which probably make up a decent amount of their sales. I would say like 40-50% of the sales of Kingdom Hearts 3 were probably people that didn't play any of the games outside of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. There's a lot of people who only played those two games who went into Kingdom Hearts 3. And in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, those happen to have the biggest Final Fantasy character involvement. And in 3, a lot of people were expecting the same, but in 3, there's just none at all. Now, throughout the Kingdom Hearts series, there's Final Fantasy everywhere in terms of references, characters. Most of them have the characters in the game, whether it's the same characters returning like Squall or Cloud, or whether it's different characters like all together. Every Kingdom Hearts game has Final Fantasy or Square Enix characters in it. In Dream Drop Distance, you have The World Ends With You. In Kingdom Hearts 1, you have a lot of involvement with Final Fantasy 8 and 7 in there. Same with Kingdom Hearts 2, Chain of Memories Recoded, and so on. But in Kingdom Hearts 3, there's literally no characters in there outside of a couple references like Cactuar and Toy Story, like Moogles if you want to count that. They're just a consistent thing throughout the series, like shops. And you also have the slight reference of Cloud as soon as you start up the game. But that's literally it. While before, these characters had their own cutscenes, they had their own fights, like they were their own characters. Nowadays, it's just like, they're not there at all. And Nomura's reasoning for this was, he said, because Kingdom Hearts 3 features such a vast cast of characters, a lot of returning characters, a lot of characters in general, that what he was saying was, he felt like there was no room to have them in there. And they did in fact think about putting them in the game, but I'm guessing that very early on into development they decided against it, because they decided that there's way too many characters in here already. We don't need Final Fantasy characters to get involved. There's no time for that, which I perfectly understand actually, because I'd imagine they had a pretty limited development time with Kingdom Hearts 3 in terms of the engine switch right at the beginning of development, a year in, which literally took a year off of their work from the game. They had to start over from scratch. So they really only had like 4 years, I'd say, because the Unreal Engine 4 switch happened in 2014, and I don't know if DLC is going to put any Final Fantasy characters in. I really doubt it. Like, I think we'll be lucky if we get a returning Sephiroth, which is something I really want. Like, to me, that's the biggest attachment I have to Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts, the fights between Cloud and Sephiroth, because those fights, like me fighting Sephiroth, like those are some of the most memorable bosses in the Cage series. Everyone remembers getting their butt whooped by Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 1 back in the day. Like, that was iconic, and they kind of took a big, like, magnet away from the series. They took away that thing that kind of attracted fans. While Kingdom Hearts 3 still sold well and is the best Kingdom Hearts game to sell, like, as well as it did to date, it's just sad that they took away something that a lot of people did enjoy. But my counter argument to a lot of those things about why it didn't need to be in the game, why I don't feel like Final Fantasy characters not being in there took away from my experience of Kingdom Hearts 3. It definitely could have added on to it if they were in there, but it definitely didn't take anything away from me. Like, I wasn't furious that the characters weren't in there. It was kind of a thing that I looked back on and I was just like, huh, they're not in this game at all. That kinda sucks.
Through Kingdom Hearts 3, my first initial reaction was, if you remember the little glimpse, when you see the little like statue, like it's like grayed out, little image of Sephiroth and Cloud, that was good enough for me. Because the fact that they acknowledged it Even though I knew Kingdom Hearts was at this point to where it didn't even need, like, personal opinion, I didn't even see them even incorporating the Final Fantasy characters in it. I really didn't think about the Final Fantasy characters, honestly, till the Kingdom Hearts World Orchestra 2018 in Chicago. And some people were talking about it with me, and it was like, man, I hope you add the Final Fantasy characters in there. And it really didn't really get to me in that, manner. But then after playing through Kingdom Hearts 3, at this point, everybody has beaten the game. I'm sure of that. But legit, they showed him a little bit. They showed like a little like one-winged Sephiroth and like Cloud in the intro or something like that of the game. It was like some part. And they didn't show it in the rest of the game. To fix that, I honestly feel like they just need to add the Sephiroth boss battle. I think if they do that and just give us like a cutscene or two, like that would just change it all around.
Exactly, that's what I think. I feel like what they need to do, because, well, I don't have that attachment to Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts. I feel like they've been actually a little underutilized in the Cage series, but at the same time, I'm fine with their role because it doesn't hinder the overall plot. And even you aren't as, like, furious about Final Fantasy characters not being in Kingdom Hearts 3, and you're the biggest Final Fantasy fan, like, I know. And you're not even super furious about it. So I do wonder why some people like kind of are. Like I do think it's a little weird that some people are really mad over it, because I don't think it's something to get super mad over. I think it's something, like I said earlier, where it's like, they're not in this game. But if someone has a bigger attachment to the characters than I do, then I do understand that. But I definitely don't think it takes away from the experience. Like, I don't think Final Fantasy characters make or break the experience for any Kingdom Hearts game, really. But I do agree that, like, them adding the Sephiroth boss, I think that could be enough for some of those people that that were looking forward to seeing like a returning Cloud or Leon or something in KH3, because I know a lot of people, I guess like a lot of people view KH as a way to like experience some of these characters again, because games like Final Fantasy 8 and 9 and 10 even, like they're not getting like as much support anymore, and while those games still like live on, they're not really getting continued like how Kingdom Hearts is. So Kingdom Hearts is always bringing a new outlook on these characters sometimes. That's all I have to say for the rest of the video. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, share the video with a friend or family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is hit that red little subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, this has been Avataryaya, and we will see you guys soon. Peace out.